Hello, everybody. It's the 2nd of November to today, 2021. And we're going to ask 4 questions today and connected to the climate change and the conference that's taking place in Glasgow. Thank you. So just take a minute to make a recording also. Thank you. So with great love and respect in our heart, we call upon Cosmic Sai Baba, who is going to introduce us to Andromeda and Alcheringa, and maybe others. I never really know what is planned for the day, except for the questions. So bear with me, please. Calling upon Cosmic Sai Baba. Oh, I am here, my dear, and I am very pleased to be here and to know that I am welcomed. It gives me pleasure to come, and we all come from Andromeda, the galaxy M31. We have explained that before, and I hope you understand that by now. This is a reason and a purpose for all of this to take place from that distance. But time and distance does not exist when you are connecting in consciousness. That's mind to mind, and exactly what we are doing. There is some technology that our people have, and we use that, but that is advanced technology compared to what exists upon your planet Earth now. So, without any ado now, I would very much like to introduce Andromeda Val. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. Thank you. I am Andromeda Val, and I am very happy and always supportive in anything that Cosmic Sai Baba asks me to do. So we are making these messages now, and we hope that they will help the little earthling, as we call them. There is quite a long story, really, as to how the humanity has been formed. But for the moment, we are focusing on the climate change conference that is taking place in Glasgow at this time. And so Alcheringa would like to just have a word about that also. Thank you, my children. Thank you indeed. Thank you. Oh, I am Alcheringa, and I am very pleased to be here. I have come on often enough now to, I hope, that you understand who I am and why I come to speak. The day, as we have already said, is to be focused on the climate change conference that is taking place upon your Earth in Glasgow, in your northern hemisphere, as we and Valerie are recording this from the southern hemisphere. So with great love in my heart, I am very happy to be here. And I know that John, Valerie's husband, has some questions for today, I believe. Is that not right, my son?
Yes.
And so, may I have the first question, please?
Certainly.
And could we speak up? Because we are recording.
The Climate Change Conference has begun in Glasgow and will be in operation until the 11th of November, which is the 11/11, which numerically relates to higher consciousness. And awakening to the King's Gate, what is the relationship of the King's Gate, of the Lion's Gate rather, to Earth?
Could I have that last line again? I'm sorry, my son.
What is the relationship of the Lion's Gate to Earth?
The Lion's Gate, yes, yes. Indeed, Valerie has been asked to write a book about the first Lion's Gate, which is connected to Uluru in Australia, which is the southern hemisphere. And it was, shall we say, if I can go back a little, in just a quick overview of the planet, the hierarchy had decided to create another planet that had already been destroyed upon this area of your cosmic centers of the sun. And so it actually had to be replaced so that there would not be disruption with the movement of that cyclic solar system. So having said that, the Earth then was called Mu, and we created one. And it was meant to hold love, light, and blessings also from the source of all creation, so that where it was, this is the Earth, was in a dark corner of your arm of your galaxy, the Milky Way. This was to spread out then, and it certainly had touched many other planets, but it needed to be focused a little on the outside, shall we say, of the Milky Way. So, having said that now, it is important to know that the plan took place, but it was overtaken by visitors, shall we say, but they were illegal. They were not invited. They were not supposed to just claim the planet, which they did and claimed it to be their own. So there was a problem. And there was a time also of giants upon this planet, and the dinosaurs that you know about also. And it was changing the atmosphere and disrupting the plan that was made by the hierarchy, and it had to be destroyed. The hierarchy is not into destroying people, but it had to change for the good of the universe and the solar system. And so Uluru was brought to the Earth along with other asteroids, or planetoids as the star people call them, because they are remains of other planets that had been attacked. They were used to create great disruption upon the planet Earth so that change could take place. And that is what is referred to when it talks about the Lion's Gate, because it was brought by the race of the lions, the lion race, which are people. And they actually were invited or asked to cooperate into helping all this to take place. It was and did create a war. There has been talk about Star Wars, and yes, they have happened, and they do and have existed. However, you ask about the Lion's Gate, so I am saying that was the time when the, shall we say, the hierarchy took back control of the planet and the way it was meant to be, and developed further from then on. That was a time around 66 million years ago. So there was a big, big change of various happenings upon the planet ever since, of course. And this is what we have asked Valerie to write about, to a degree. It's such a large story, it can't be put all in one book, if you could understand that. However, it is the first Lion's Gate, because there have been changes along the way for the lion people to come and to help reclaim or to sort out or create an area where the existing contra consciousness was developing too strongly and had to be destroyed. Or not exactly destroyed, it was replaced and taken to another planet, if that makes sense. So is that all right for you, my dear?
Yes,
my son?
Sure.
Is there another question?
Yes, three more. The Climate Change Conference has three big issues. First, adaptation, especially for small island states and the very poor. Second, reaching 1.5 limit by 2030. 3. Aid and assistance to poorer nations. Many rich nations are arguing over how to do mitigations and do climate finance for poor nations using our energy frequency vibration. What is it we can do to assist this climate conference?
It is a difficult one, and we already can see from the way the conference is taking place that not all are agreeing, and but they are all aware that there is, shall we say, interference with the way the planet was first created, and there has been much destruction that's been going on upon the planet that does not allow it to flow and to breathe as it was supposed to be and do. So there is need to accept that there is pollution upon the earth, far more than was ever planned, and that is interfering with the flow of the energies, if I can put it that way, that interact and create or destroy the unwanted, that type of thing. And it then flows, and it blooms, and it grows. And that even affects the human race as well as everything else upon the planet. The climate is not adjusting because of the pollution. If the pollution is fixed, straight away the climate will flow and it will be as it was meant to be. It is unhappy when you look from the outside like us and we see this planet in chaos and the energies interact with, shall we say, the human emotions. This is not meant to be. It's meant to be calm and happy and peaceful. That's exactly why it was created. And this is not happening. It is going a different direction. When all the humans now come to Earth, they have agreed, first and foremost, to help one another, no matter what race they enter into, as you call races here upon this Earth. But in actual fact, everybody upon this Earth, and I mean physical Earth body, is the same. The skin may be different color, but not really. Everything is the same. You are all the same, and you are all children of God. You are all God beings, and this is the blessing that has been given to you also with a soul, and the soul has a consciousness that is eternal and linking with the God self and the source of all. So it is not impossible for all of you to think mind to mind and come to agreement and settle this once and for all, that you need to look after your planet, not destroy it, not to dig holes in it, not to take from it because it puts it off balance. It was created in a certain way, and it was not meant to be changed. It was meant to be loved and cared for always. And your Australian Indigenous people have understood that. The original Australian Indigenous people have always known that and have always lived by that. Different ways of living, of course. There have been star people that have come and stayed on your planet, lived on your planet, and remained separate from the human race. And that is all right, as long as it was always caring for and nurturing the planet. So I'd like to think and hope and pray, for prayer is very strong. Prayer is no different from science. It is an energy that goes out and it can touch people. It goes with an electromagnetic energy field, and it is one of love and hope and peace. This is your universal, what can I say, connection to the source of all creation. I probably have not exactly answered each question or each point of this question, 1, 2, 3, but all these things need to be cared for, and all will adjust quite quickly, if they are taken seriously and dealt with. And as for the poorer nations, of course, as I said, everyone has come to help one another, so that needs to be carefully, what can I say, balanced to help one another, and don't hold back about that. This has nothing to do with politics or power or money. It is to do with nature. It is to do where you live. It is to do with living peacefully together, understanding differences. And you can still be individual, but you need to respect each other and understand each other. And that is possible. It has happened in many other planets in the universe. We would like to see it take place here upon your planet Earth. So, my son, would that cover your question, do you think?
Yes, I think so.
Thank you.
As one addenda to that, will the Earth exceed 1.5 degrees temperature rise by 2030? And if so, what can we do?
Well, as I have just said, it is up to everyone upon this earth, particularly leaders who make decisions that affect so many and what happens upon the planet.
Okay.
It is up to decisions to be made so that all will heal. And as I have said, it will improve very quickly if all upon this earth, and when I say all the decision makers and the leaders agree together as one, then everything will flow and find a balance, and the climate itself, it will just appear and be as it's meant to be. So thank you. Is that it is up, what I am actually saying is it is up to each and every individual, because you have free will. That does not allow us to interfere with the gift that you have of living on your planet Earth from the source of all creation. You have been given free will to care for it and balance it at all times, and not take from it so that it is imbalanced. Understand that it's very simple, surely. You dig holes in your planet, it's going to put it off balance. It'd be like throwing a ball with holes in the water, and it would be flopping around. This could happen to your planet. I'm talking like a child would talk, but that is possible. So please understand and think deeply about what is happening about your planet. Energy can be conceived and used in many ways without digging holes in your planet. So it is up to everybody on this planet as to the degrees and the temperatures that will exist upon your planet. I warn you, take care.
Okay.
Everything is failing and you need to do something about it. And like I said, it is up to you. Because you have free will, we hoped that the free will would be used in a very special and loving way. And when I speak of love, I mean universal love. That means care and compassion, always, and respect for everything.
Question 4.
There is another question.
Yes. Diwali, the Festival of Light, is happening in 2 days' time on the 4th of November, 2021. It is a joyful time, a happy family time, observed by Hindus, Jains, Sikhs, and in some places Buddhists. There is a legend that Diwali commemorates the time Lord Krishna saved the earth from an oncoming meteorite by raising his hand into the sky and making the meteorite disappear. Is this true?
Indeed it did, and that is part of the history of the planet and the solar system. What I would like to focus on, it is no coincidence in ways we have to actually help to influence a conference, for instance, to take place at such a wonderful time of festival or celebration of light, of divine light, of love. Light is life. Without your sun or your light, you would not be able to see one another. You would not have a life as you have with form and stories, many, many stories. So the Festival of Light is coming from the more ancient races that are upon this planet. And I would like to think that everybody will join in with them. They would welcome that. They understand it and they know it. Maybe if you have not heard or understand it, you could perhaps research it a little, for it is very important. It is an opportunity for everyone to come together and share and celebrate life and divine light and the blessings from God, the source of all creation, regardless of, shall we say, a religion. Even science can accept it, surely, what the sun does to the planet. It creates, it can destroy the unwanted, and it can hold it all together, as Krishna is like a crystal also. So I would like to leave you all with this thought and hope you will all celebrate together as one and pray that you all come to understand and know the importance of caring for your planet Earth or Mu and make the decisions to care for her. It can happen. It's not impossible at all. Some fear about many different things, but fear in itself needs to be dealt with. All it can come from hope and change. It can happen, truly. Trust it, pray for it, and ask God to help you. Ask the source of all creation, if that's what you would like to call it. And I'm speaking for scientists here. If they are not religious, that's fine. Religion and science actually are the same in some ways, in many ways. So think about that. There is no division unless you create it and make it so. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.